In this video, I'm going to show you how to take a ball of yarn and turn it into a really cool hat you can wear outside. This is the first hat I made, and it didn't take too long, maybe 3 or 4 hours. And it was super easy to make, and you don't need much to do it. To make a loom, you only need really 3 things: a loom, a hook, and yarn. This one's smaller for a more children's size hat, and this one works for an adult. This one was made using the children's loom, and this one was made using an adult loom. To start, I'm going to make a children's size. There is this hook on this pin on the side. This pin is where you're going to start putting your yarn on. Just going to wrap it around 2 or 3 times. And then you can get started. What you're going to do is make sure this side is on the left with no pins, so that the pins are on the right. Then you're going to go directly across from this first pin and loop it on from back to front, then back to the back. And so you're going to keep going around, making sure the part that's crossing to the next pin is in the back, and just making a loop around every pin. So now I have all of my yarn around every single pin. Now what you're going to do is push the yarn down until it's at the bottom. Now would be a really good place to stop if you have any missing pinholes. For example, I have 2 that I missed right here. You're going to go back to where the hole was and just re-loop it. And push it down to the bottom. Now, you're just going to do the same thing again. So I ended on this pin, so I'm going to start again on the next pin. There's going to be a slightly diagonal line from here to here. You're going to use your hook. Where you were holding the last pin you used for the second row, you're going to take the yarn from the bottom of that, this here, and loop it over the top of the pin. And when you're making your loops, you want to make sure that you're not doing them too tight so that it's not too hard to take them off the pin. And once your part that the rest of the yarn on is secure, you can go ahead and do everything else. My mom's friend does this while watching a movie. The movie ends and she has a hat. Now, there's only one row left, and that's the top row. And you should have a loop going on the inside of everything. Now that you have this, it's super easy from here. You're going to pull all of the yarn down like this. so that you have room to start a new row. Now you're going to want to remember to unloop whatever's on the side here so that you can attach it to the hat. And what you're going to do with this little tail is you're going to just loop it in and out between pins. And so when you loop this bottom row over this second row, this little tail is going to come with and get hidden into the loops. Now you're going to keep repeating your pattern until it's long enough for a hat. When you cut your yarn, make sure that you have about 2 feet of slack, just to be safe. I tried tying the yarn to the hook. It works for the first 10 to 15 pegs, but then I just used the hook to loosen the yarn on the pegs and pulled the string from under the loop. The purpose of this is to take your yarn and you're going to thread it under the loops that you have connected to the pegs. This is going to help keep it together, and when you take it off the loom, it's going to close itself. You're going to do this once, all the way around. It's okay if the loops come off of the peg when you're pulling the other string under, because you're just going to need to take it off anyway. If you want more slack, it's actually best to take the yarn off of the pegs when you're done, and it saves space and more slack so that you can finish the rest of your pegs. You're going to remove the rest of your hat from your loom. Then you're going to pull the string as hard as you can to close the hat. You can do this a few times, and you can stick your hand on the inside to try to fold it in so that it looks a little bit nicer. Then you're going to take your yarn and loop it to the other stitches to fill in the gap. And again, you can do this a few times. There are so many ways that you can personalize your hat. You can change your yarn midway through your looming. You can add a pom-pom at the end. You can fold the bottom of the hat. You can do anything with it. Now you're going to cut your yarn and loop the little strand into the hat to kind of hide it. And you can put it in as intricately or as loosely as you want, depending on if you want to put something on it. And there, you're done. Enjoy your hat.
Hi, we're the Vineyard Chicks, and we'd like to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Go ahead, click it now. We'd love to hear your questions and comments, so leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next video. Thank you.